can't wait for this to go live. Gives everybody time to get settled in, get themselves a nice cup of tea, a coffee, maybe a line of cocaine, whatever it is that you people do when you're waking up in the morning. Or getting into your favourite pyjamas and listening to a little bit of me ramble incoherently. Let's see what the... Listening to a little bit of me ramble incoherently. Yeah, that's come through pretty well. As we go along with my new microphone, my new Yeti, my blue Yeti, as the bro bought me. Hello, Master156, how you doing? How you doing? The last stream of 2020 is live, which means no doubt it will probably crash at some point, so let's make the best of it as we go. What better game to go with than Battletech, eh? Plus, I hadn't really played Battletech for a couple of weeks on Thursday streams. I know some of you out there really do, for whatever reason. You enjoy watching me play HPS Battletech. I think it's mainly for just the random bullshit, to be honest. I think it's mainly the random bullshit. Funnily enough, Master156, since I've got you here in the chat, did you watch the tabletop videos that I did called Tabletech on my YouTube channel? If you haven't, check them out. It's some tabletop Battletech. Hopefully, you'll enjoy it. We're planning on doing some streams in the future on Fridays, and recording some more vids. Hey, Kolsch, how you doing? Ah, we see Master156. Check them out. The most recent videos on my YouTube channel. Check them out. Sorry. Oh, have a bit of brew. Have a bit of brew. Ah, that's what we need. That's what we need on this day. No man, yeah, Frosty, I'm in shorts of a beer. How you doing, man? Yeah, sorry I wasn't on, Yeah, I made the brew myself, Master156. Jesus. Yeah, the cheek of some people. Yeah, sorry, Naman, I wasn't on Sunday. Another Davros, I stolded him for the Battletech tabletop sim recording, so I had to nick him. Reaper, hello. No, the bro's not up yet. No, it's his Lion Day, Master156. It's Thursday, so I get up with the cats and do the grub for them, and that's why I usually do a stream on the old Thursday morning. Though, we are expecting somebody to turn up. They threatened to turn up today, so I may have to run to the door at some point to let them in. So apologies if everything suddenly gets interrupted. Are you with family on Sunday, man? Oh, that's okay, okay. No one was there on Sunday, it was me, Totty, and Hammer. Oh, right, sorry, Kolsch. Yeah, it's just that was the only day that was available. We were supposed to be recording it originally on the Saturday, and then Varak had to go to Gothenburg, which we all keep telling him to just like put in a request for that place in Sweden to be renamed just Gotham, because it sounds way cooler. You know, oh, I had to go to Gotham. Oh wow, do you mean fucking Batman? You know, but it doesn't play that way. Repo says we play D&D using a system like that. You know what, tabletop sim, it isn't the most easy to use. It's a little clunky, but you know what? The amount of different games that you can play on that, especially through the workshop on Steam, is pretty fucking extensive. I recently played a completely scripted. Brain will work in a minute. Marvel Champions tabletop on there. I can play with 4 players. It's awesome. It's really, really good. I've got all the, you know, for legal disclaimer purposes, I have all the Marvel Champions expansions at home, so I think I'm allowed to use the Steam Workshop version.
Standing by.
I think I'm allowed on that one.
I'm there.
Hey, Hungarian Hussar, how are you doing? Oh shit, I ended turn. Oh well, fuck it. Oh no, ending to God. You know what? For some reason, it's because I've been playing Gears Tactics, which I need to tell Varg about. Actually, Varg's really big on these XCOM type games, and Gears Tactics is really, really good. You don't even have to really be a fan of Gears of War to appreciate it. It's fun. Plus there's no sweeter feeling than running over to a downed enemy and chainsawing him in half. There's just not. I was just, Reaper, we love it because how else are you going to play with friends in other countries, especially with this COVID crap? Wow, yeah, obviously. I know for D&D, I know there's a few, like, D&D specific kind of programs out there, or like, tabletop role-playing programs out there, but like, some of them need a subscription service, don't they? You need to pay for it. I forget what that one's called. Devlin, hey, how you doing? Evening? I suppose it would be, yeah, it would be evening for you, wouldn't it, over in Canada, so...
Engaging target.
5 AM, Christ, yeah. It was morning, really, isn't it? Will I do a Clan vs. Innisphere tabletop game? Well, considering the guys are still, you know, are fairly new, I mean, that was their first tabletop game. And yeah, I'm aware I made some mistakes, because I haven't played it for like nearly a year. And usually, and Master156 will back me up on this, there's someone else who does all the calculations and stuff for me, because I'm terrible with numbers. But next time, we're going to have the bro there anyway to help. And maybe Tigger. But, yeah, probably in the future. I do like the idea of throwing, like, Davros and Goober and Fronica up against a... oh, and Varak, obviously, up against a... just a Mad Cat. Just a single clan heavy. Just to show them how massively OP clan stuff is. Yeah, not Simon's friend. Yeah, he's the one who normally does it. Jeffrey Hunt, hello.
Commander?
Commander? May as well focus the target. Well, that was a good chunk of my awesome's armor it took off first. That was a bit depressing.
Firing.
Yeah. I was hope vectored thrust kit is good and everything, but blowing his side torso off would have been nice. Oh shit! I've only just noticed that's a Hunchy 4G back there. Oh, here he comes. Oh. One Daiwa. I a long time ago on Megamech, when I was playing it on a laptop upstairs, I ran a single direwolf versus a heavy lance, and it fucking chewed through them in like, I think it was like 3 turns. It was horrendous. Oh, they really got it in for my... Ow, shit, they've already gone for my armor. Poor Awesome.
Can't take much more of that.
It's got to be the right torso, isn't it, on that? Oh, wow, Wolverine. Actually, this is a pretty well put together lance. Ow, more internal damage. Says Jeffrey, I remember playing BT Classic in 2003 versus a friend swinging clan mechs maxed out on medium pulse lasers, so many dive throws, so many hits. Yeah, well, yeah. That's it, isn't it? You can get some pretty fucking crazy to hit rolls on that. Pulse, that's what pulse lasers are great for. Yeah, definitely, yeah, 4Gs are the definition of that, yeah. Well, that's what Varak was using in that tabletop session. He picked the Hunchy 4G because me and the bro decided that a Hunchback would be a pretty heavy hitter to throw in there for the first one. Give the players a mech that can, you know, do a pretty good amount of damage. I don't think I have to throw in all the ACs here, but we'll throw in all the medium lasers just to be sure. There we go. Want to be sure the Phoenix Hawk died. I don't even know what the reinforcements are yet, but I'm sure we'll find out. This thing's, they're going to keep picking on the Awesome if they get a chance. It's just the Crab's the most forward unit now. Right.
Waiting for orders.
Well, we know that's a Wolverine. Basically, we just want to pull them back over the hill, don't we? To be honest, we don't want to... Well, we don't want to go mad. We don't want to get fucking crazy stuck in there. We just want to do enough. 66%, so alright. Yeah. Oh, okay. Right, we got the side torso that we're aiming for. I didn't expect to get that side torso.
Standing by.
Oh. What? You've got LRMs, why can't you? See, that's what's weird about this. Okay.
All weapons are go.
Good result. At least that means the enemy now have to run over the hill to see me. I'm going to move the awesome back here next turn. Here comes the Hunchy. Hunchy looms into view. And misses against the Annihilator. That is fine. That is fandabidobulous. We like this. This is a good result. Fandabulous. Right, where he is now, he can hit him. That's fine. Yep, you're getting everything. In fact, you're getting precision strike. And it's all on that side torso. It might be considered bullying, but I don't want you with that right torso anymore. Oh, killed him outright. There we go. That's what Annihilators should do, though, really, isn't it? An Annihilator should, well, annihilate the target. No, not enough to turn around. No. Even on sprint? Okay. Even on a run? Alright, so we've got this Wolverine and whatever the reinforcements are.
Commander.
This is why I still like this crab, though. It's just really useful.
Rolling.
It's tanky as fuck in this game for some reason. And it can hop out, spot, and then back up the next turn. It doesn't even take that much damage in return. It's really useful.
Engaging target.
Totty, today's livestream is brought to you by Comstar. Just try to skip a payment, we dare you. How you doing, Totty? You alright?
Waiting for order. Copy that, Commander.
Alright, so you don't have to move anywhere. You have to move anywhere, you just stay there, just fire missiles. What have we got over here anyway, by the way? 55, 55, 40, that's okay. If it's an LRM5, which it isn't, okay. Griffin? Could be a Griffin. And he ran through the spore cloud, didn't he? It looked like he ran through the spore cloud. See, I gave the players the opportunity to take a Wolverine for the Lance. They didn't want it. They didn't go for it. They picked the Dragon, which I thought was actually a bad decision, because the Dragon, it might be 5 tons heavier, of course, but it's got one pretty significant drawback in the fact that it's not that well armed. Let's face it. I like Dragons, but they're not the most well equipped heavy mech in Battletech, you know. Oh yeah, if you just stand in this oh no, it's on the beach over there. Oh, okay. I know it risks being shot at by the enemy, which no doubt they will. You'll be better once you finish that poop. Well, poop away, Totty. Although I think Satan's pooper might complain about you taking his gimmick.
Scored a critical hit.
Hello, I am a cicada.
Barely hit, Commander. Standing by.
Doodle-doodle-doo.
I'm there. Gotcha.
I was hoping for better. Didn't really get it though.
Waiting.
Well, I mean, obviously another thing is I hope everybody had an enjoyable holiday period, as we say. We say holiday because obviously if we say Christmas, there is always the risk of offending.
Taking the shot.
And we won't want to offend. Don't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable in today's world. Have an opinion, but just keep it to yourself. That is the modern motto of it all. Now, I hope everyone had a good Christmas anyway, over that period. I mean, you know, this is the last stream of 2020 because I won't be streaming anything tomorrow because we're on the break. The end of year break. Come back sometime in January. It's usually a bit of a nebulous date. Yeah, when we fucking feel like. Go back to a Friday stream, you know. Hey ETG, how you doing? Not to say that we won't be busy during that break period, of course. We will be looking at all kinds of opportunities to make other little videos during that break period. Can we do the headshot? We got headshots a lot last time. A triple hit though on the cicadas. I'd say it's pretty good achievement there. All right, let's march the old Annie. Go kill some younglings. Drop the medium laser. Drop those two ACs since they've got the lowest chance to hit. Just fire those two. Hopefully one will hit. Ah. Ah. How am I liking 7 Days to Die? You know what? To be perfectly honest, I would like if it actually had some kind of fail state. Because at the moment, I'm in a scenario where I'm playing it with Davros, Varak, Frun and Goober. We've got this base in a shotgun factory. And that's cool and everything. But I just don't know what I'm supposed to do now past a certain point. We've got super equipment. We can fend off hordes. We've got traps all over the place in this building. It's I don't know. It's not like... It's not terrible. I do like the game. I like the exploration aspect and obviously the morphability of the map, being able to like destroy buildings and smash your way through anywhere and dig huge tunnels underground and all that stuff. But I would like an end state where there's a chance that you could fail because, you know, something in your base gets destroyed, like that the land claim block or something. As it is, we die, we respawn. Oh yeah, well, always be wary of traps, of course. A fucking stray shot hit the... Damn it, Cicada, you had one job. It was hit the Annihilator and you hit the crab. Out the Annihilator tanking, as it should do. Stupid sexy traps, indeed. Indeed, Totty. What do you do? What do you do when you got these stupid sexy traps in front of you? You gotta fuck them all. It's like Pokemon. Sexy traps gotta fuck them all. Maybe not that one. Well, we'll spread the love. Ah, I was expecting more from those two shots, to be honest. Those two went straight internal and blew off his left arm. The other result was a little less inspiring, really. This is why I use the bolt and dip test, guaranteed to tell you whether it's a bird or a bloke.
Target locked.
Right, we got rid of the Cicada, which was being a bit of a pain. He's getting the fuck out of Dodge. I probably would too, to be honest. Oh, and immediately back on shooting the awesome. I see. I see how it is. I see how it fucking is, game. That's right, yep, just walk the crab backwards. And then swing on the spot. It looks really weird when it does that. Well, it's damaged. Let's see if we can just blow the right arm off him.
Knowledge.
Hey, okay, he's lost his AC5 now.
Reporting critical hit.
Hey, Papa Schlumpf. Oh yeah, it's true, Papa. He does. He has that healing factor. The bastard. Here's the thing, you know. Obviously, X-Men. It's a bit of an acquired taste. I feel. Obviously, that big comic series across the years. Obviously, and the popular cartoon series. I got into the X-Men stuff when I was young, with the cartoon, like I think many people did, and I didn't mind characters like Wolverine and stuff, but I could tell straight away that there was a heavy emphasis on this Wolverine guy. And I didn't quite get it. Oh shit, it's an Orion. Okay, that's that changes the dynamic a bit.
Warning. Armor breached. Internal
No, it's not wrong that you read that as enhanced imaging.
I'm under heavy fire.
Actually, the contrary, cool. So that's what is expected of you. Yeah. Oh, wow, look at that. It's literally on the cusp. But I have to do some severe damage to you now. And the result of that was very little. So it's actually done. No, we've got to focus targets. We can't just like spread fire, can we? I'm just panic firing. Alright, we got all 3 hits on that. Okay.
Move order received.
Ace pilot, stay in the trees, keep moving. Ducking and weaving. Weaving and ducking.
Commander.
Weaving to ducking. Okay. Yeah, Saturday morning X-Men and Spider-Man. I liked characters like Gambit a bit more because they seemed a bit more interesting. Whereas Wolverine, he's okay. I think he's a bit overplayed these days. He's like Boba Fett of Marvel, isn't he? Really? Everyone just thinks he's fucking cool.
Move order received.
Comics never caught my interest. There were these things called girls. Yeah, but there's girls in the comics, Devlin.
Affirmative.
Have you not seen Psylocke? I mean, I'm not talking about early Betsy Braddock. I'm talking about when she's in like the hot Asian samurai assassin Psylocke. What's this? The moment my grandpa installed a satellite receiver and I noticed the channel called Cartoon Network was a bright day.
Warning. Armor breached. Internal
Finish that,
damage.
bro.
Warning. Armor breached.
I've got the feeling I am going to lose a limb on one of my assaults. The 90s Spider-Man cartoon, I think, was better than the X-Men cartoon, personally. I think the writing was a bit sharper on that. Okay, put him back in the trees. Mighty Coles, if I'd been obsessed with getting my end away when I was 8, my parents would have probably had me fixed. That's true, yeah. I think there would have been some questions levelled, wouldn't there? I think you're right there, Kolsch. Definitely would have been some kind of inquiry as to why is it that your son is so goddamn horny. Right, and then we want to split the shots. There we go.
Engaging multiple targets.
Right, yes, finally. Thank you for dying, Wolverine, there.
Standing by.
What have we got called out on him? Well, his CT is very dark grey, so if I can get CT hits. There we go. Right, now we can focus entirely on the Orion.
Mech destroyed. Waiting for orders. Rolling.
But yeah, I've always, I don't know why, I've always had more of an affinity with Marvel stuff than DC. I do, like, for instance, I do really like Batman in DC universe, for instance. I think his stuff is way more interesting than a lot of the DC stuff. I find Superman to be really boring. A lot of the other characters I find to be rather plain, or just they just don't look into like Wonder Woman and stuff, or like, you know, Martian Manhunter and all. The names aren't the most inspiring either, to be fair. But Batman, I thought his universe and stuff was pretty cool. But Marvel, I think, is always interesting me. I think, like, Iron Man looks fucking cool. Hulk is awesome. You know, there's a bunch of the X-Men that are pretty fun. And then you've got, you know, a lot of the other sort of characters sort of peripherally around. There's some of the B-team kind of characters in there. Then you got, you know, then you've just got the hotties, you know, you got like Songbird and stuff.
Engaging target.
Hey,
Destroyed.
what's this, Devlin? Memories of furiously fapping to pics downloaded a pixie at a time on AOL. Oh Christ, yeah, old pixels. Yeah, but you had to wait for the bottom half of the picture just in case you've been, you know, caught out. Ouch, that took a lot of CT damage. We'll take the onion part. That's pretty good. Oh, the onion bit. What's this? Cool. As much as I love watching X-Men and Spider-Man, they would get shoved to the side for Batman the anime. Yes, now you're right there, Cole. Batman the animated series was also really good. That and Spider-Man, really good combination of cartoons to watch in the morning. ETG. Marvel were all cartoons instead of DC's TV series. Yeah, that's true, yeah. Yes, Fantastic Four. That's it, Master 156. I do like Fantastic Four quite a lot. The Bro, on the other hand, is very much a different opinion. He's not a huge fan of the Fantastic Four. I think he finds them a bit boring. And I can understand that. They're not like the most dynamic or super interesting. Monkey. Marvel has a through line of what happens if regular humans get enhanced abilities. DC's through line has always been the Gods Among Us line of how these heroes' powers have an impact on Earth and the multiverse. Compare Spider-Man to the Flash. Yeah. Yeah, don't worry, Devil, I know what you mean there. Cool. I showed my brother Heart of Ice. He looked at me afterwards and asked, "You watched that as a kid?" I mean, it's cool, and that's the thing. Like, you know, when you go back to like when the Bro was growing up in the 70s and the 80s, like early Doctor Who, fucking people got butchered left, right, and centre. Like that was those were shows back then that didn't treat kids like fucking morons. So like people died. And it was fine back then. Like, I've seen that episode of The Tomorrow People where that kid fucking throws herself out the window and explodes. It looks hilarious, but when you put it in context, it's like, oh my god, it's like a girl just fucking exploded. Burnt to death. Although DC have gone the route of mixed TV series and films, whereas Marvel have massive movies and the TV series don't last. Well, we're going to see with the TV series now, aren't we, with Marvel? Because they're going to go over to the whole Disney Plus thing, and although they've got all the actors from the movies, which is a nice touch. I do like that aspect. We'll see how it goes for them. Yeah, Master was it. Yeah, you hid behind the sofa. Yeah, as the classic goes. Rambo was the cartoon kid. Yeah, I mean, turning Rambo into a cartoon is fucking amazing, isn't it? You know, DC TV series tend to be far more interesting than Marvel ones generally, but that may change with Disney Plus. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that the dichotomy is like the Marvel films are better than the DC films, but the TV series are way better. And I agree. The TV series that Marvel have allowed to be produced, like that Inhumans series, was fucking tragic. I'm not even a big fan of the Inhumans, but really, that was the budget. That was the writing that you came up with. This was the plan, was it? Sorry. Are you people fucking serious? Oh, fucking watching water ship down as the yearly ritual. That's torture for children, ETG. Oof. Oof, Papa, some shots fired. Dinosaurs had cartoons already. Wow. Yeckles, I do remember the Swamp Thing cartoon. I saw a few episodes of it before I actually saw the Swamp Thing movie. Or movies back when once it was made in the 80s. Yeah, I do remember that cartoon. Swamp Thing was fucking strange. What's wrong with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? The first couple of seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. were fine. And then it started to go off its fucking tits. And that's when I checked out the series. I just wasn't a fan of it. I thought there was too much emphasis on the whole Inhumans, Terrigen bollocks. I know that was all to do with the legal spat over ownership of, you can't have mutants, Fox, and Disney were obviously trying to fuck over Fox by pretending the shit that they had the movie rights to didn't exist and all that stuff. But I got sick of that shit with the Inhumans and all that. It just really annoyed me. I didn't like the actress who played Quake. I was never a fan of the Quake character either. As C+ player in a fucking A+ world setting. It all got a bit trite, and like, how many times can Agent Coulson die and come back? You know, it started to get to like kind of Goku levels of fucking resurrection at this point. I thought they had the Dragon Balls, and the last like one of the seasons where it was basically some kind of weird Kree fucking space station thing. I was like, oh fuck this. I just checked out. Check the whole thing out. Actually, one cool thing I did like later on was how they handled Ghost Rider. I thought that was okay, and I'm not a fan of Ghost Rider, to be honest, but they did him well. I know the bro watched them all, but bleh. Then they bring in characters like Bobby Morse. You know, you've got Mockingbird. Are you gonna put Mockingbird in a Mockingbird costume? No. You're just gonna have her walk around like that the whole time. Oh, okay. They had the Patriot. Didn't ever see the Patriot in the Patriot costume. I'm sorry, TV writers, but sometimes, right, people like superheroes because they associate the costume with the superhero. It's like having a Spider-Man show and he never wears the iconic Spider-Man outfit. Doesn't matter that he's got the powers and everything. I want to see him web swinging in his fucking outfit. Just the same as if I want to see Mockingbird in the TV series, I want to see Mockingbird wear the fucking stuff. It's like the big payoff of the first season of the Daredevil show on Netflix was he got the Daredevil costume and it looked fucking cool. You know? Hey, Fron, how you doing? Hey, Shanna. They did a really good job with the costumes in those series, and it was fun. You know, it was a great payoff. I don't know why in a lot of these shows they just never put them in the costumes. And it's not like they haven't, already proven that they can modernize costumes. Let's face it, let's look at Captain America's gear, right? His original stuff looks fucking terrible with the wing thing sticking off the side of his head. And then the movie versions completely updated him, and he looks awesome. His gear looks fine.
Critical hit, Commander.
Yeah, I know they were planning that spin-off series of what was it called? Most Wanted. And I know a lot of people personally counted her and I forget Thingy's character, whatever his name was, but those two as the two most popular characters in that show. I can't even remember why it was they dropped out. Hey, ETG, when we were kids, things weren't sugar-coated with graphic images on the news and cartoons that were designed to terrify the living fuck out of you. Now they get that from computer games, that's it. Pussies.
Damage minimal.
Judge Dredd was fucking cool. You know what's criminal about obviously Hollywood these days? is that you have a movie like Dredd, and nobody wanted to support it to make a sequel of that thing, because that Dredd movie was fucking awesome. I haven't seen a more fateful fucking, like, representation of the Judge Dredd universe ever before. And that movie was fucking cool. Carl Urban was brilliant. And we get that, and I'm glad that that film got made. But holy shit, did we need a fucking sequel or two of Dredd.
Commander? Moving out.
Lance Hunter because Dick Catch was already taken.
Acknowledge.
That's a great porno name, isn't it? Go away, javelins. Javelins are so common in this game. Ever since they added them, the game's like algorithm for what it generates is like javelin, javelin. It's just like it hits a button and just dispenses javelins at you. Apparently, Mega City 1 is coming to Netflix someday. That's the anime version, I think. Is that right? Or it's the animated version of it? Yeah, Eno Monkey? Or Eno Monkey, sorry.
Commander?
But yes, it needs to happen.
Ordinance received.
No man, that was just Joe Berg. They had a police presence around to keep the the crime down whilst filming Dredd. And that was one of the jokes, wasn't it? Yeah, they didn't have to do much.
Engaging target.
But that's the thing, Johannesburg. It just looked great. I don't know whether that's probably like a horrible indictment of the city of Johannesburg. But holy fuck, it looked great with that mega block. That hab block just like plonked in the middle of the city. It looked fucking cool.
System holding.
Oh, Carl Urban's in room to be involved. I hope he is, because as I said, he did a really, really good job as Dredd. There's not many actors who will, you know, have their face obscured for a whole movie. And that was the thing. He got it. He got the character. He was obviously a fan. That's what you need when you're making a project like that. Is you need somebody who's an actual invested in the project, in the product that it's based on. It's like when you get a lot of these video game adaptations. I mean, let's have a look. What happened recently? Monster Hunter the movie. Why? Why did it exist? For what purpose did it exist? Why? Because it certainly wasn't a movie that was designed for fans of Monster Hunter. That's for fucking sure. I haven't even seen it. Everything I've read about it is the suggestion is that it's fucking terrible. You shouldn't waste your time with it.
All right.
And it's an insult to anyone who's a fan of the Monster Hunter franchise.
Target down.
But that's the problem now, isn't it? You get these film adaptations and it's usually made and written by people who don't understand why it's popular in the first place. And then they try to make it for an audience that, honestly, probably aren't really your target. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. Cut his leg off, at least. I was hoping both of those ACs would hit, because that would have proper fucked up the javelin. And then I get 2 AC-10 hits on the Phoenix, of course I do. What's this called? As messed up as the Stallone one was, they did nail the look on the characters like the ABC Warrior. Yeah, I mean, the ABC Warrior that was clearly meant to be Hammerstein looked awesome. It was a pity that they didn't have more of the ABC Warriors in, because I fucking love their comics. Johnny Pineapple and all that, and Black Blood. Fucking great.
Acknowledge.
Judge Dredd's just such a weird world as well. It's awesome. But being able to bring in characters like Judge Armitage and stuff from Britsit. Oh, apparently ETG, if you can find it somewhere that might be a bit, you know, tricorn hat and all the rest of it, just do that, because honestly, that film does not deserve any money from paying customers.
Firing.
But yeah, that's.
Good.
I don't know why they do it. I don't even know why the games companies do it, because it fell back on sorry, it flew back in Capcom's face as well, because there was an insensitive joke in there that obviously pissed off the Chinese market, which is the thing they're always basically kowtowing to, trying to get as much money out of the Chinese market as possible. Let's throw in a joke there that's offensive to people from China. That's a great idea. And then obviously Capcom suddenly have to go, oh no, actually this film has nothing to do with us. We're not associated with this film. We're not affiliated with the director, anything like that. We just licensed it to them. And it's like, well, that's your own fault. You fucking said, oh yeah, go ahead, make a film. We don't care. It just showed that like a lot of these games companies just don't give a shit. They just sign the rights away. And I don't know why, because some games you could make so much money off film franchise for.
Commander.
There's no shortage, absolutely no shortage of games out there with storylines that you could just wholesale lift from the, you know, from the disc, let's say, put it on the big screen, and people would watch it, because there's loads of them now that have got really well written characters.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Oh, sorry everybody. Yeah, as you say, no man, another way for the director to get his wife into a film, of course, because no one wants to hire her. Outside the monster looking cool, now the Resident Evil movies are done, just think how many Monster Hunter movies they can make. Oh god, yeah. Each one progressively worse than the last. ETG, I watched the first Pacific Rim and enjoyed it. Pacific Rim 2, only good for the Jaegers and Kaiju, the rest gets flushed down the shit. Yeah, the sequel, the problem with the second Pacific Rim movie was it wasn't written by Guillermo del Toro, unfortunately. Which was the big shame of that one. But yeah, the Kaiju and the Jaegers looked really fucking cool. I was actually surprised that a couple of the characters died in that one, because it felt a bit more kind of sugar, kind of Saturday morning cartoon style. So I didn't think any character was going to die, so I was kind of surprised when they had the big fight at the end. I like the world of Pacific Rim as well. It's an interesting setup. I'd love to see something set during the Kaiju War where you got to see some of the other Jaegers, like the Mark 1s and Mark 2s.
I'm here.
Because some of those look really fun. Like Tacit Ronin and Romeo Blue, Horizon Brave, all those kinds of things. Actually, getting to see like Coyote Tango do its thing.
Down.
That's, ow, fucking hell, ow, ow, ow. Like, the missiles in the back are getting a bit much now.
Warning. Armor low.
Starting to take the piss with this, mate. You and your little Kintaro 18. Alright, yeah. Head destroyed, lethal damage. That's what you fucking get. Shooting us in the back with missiles, you fucking pain in the ass.
Waiting for orders.
Pacific Rim gave me hope for a good Battletech movie. After seeing PR2, I'm not so confident. I think it could still happen. I think the problem is that there's just not enough people in Hollywood that have the power or the pull that actually know anything about Battletech for anyone to care. And again, I think I've had this discussion a couple of years ago on previous streams, but what we really need is a TV series more than a film franchise of Battletech, but it has to be a TV series that's on the same kind of level as Game of Thrones budget-wise to really make it work. And it has to have writing staff that, again, give a shit. That aren't just, you know,
I'm there.
trying to appeal to a lowest common denominator and dumbing down the whole thing. It's got to be a serious take on the universe, on a particular period of the setting, and have some interesting characters. I mean, really, the mech combat doesn't even have to be the focus of it all. As long as you've got some interesting events going on with the characters and stuff, and a storyline you can give a shit about. A bit like The Expanse, you know? It's a sci-fi that a lot of it is mainly just talking and kind of setting the scene. And then when something does happen, it's really memorable and quite fun. And I think that's what Battletech could be as a TV series.
Reporting critical hit.
A great thing about The Expanse is the way that it goes from that it escalates as each season has an issue, and the escalation comes to a head by the end of it, and you know, events are resolved, and it's quite good for that.
I'm here.
Oh god, sorry everybody. I've got this dry, ticklish throat. It's not COVID.
Back, Commander.
It's always cold weather. It always gets me. I'm actually getting into the proper cold weeks now. I only want to see Jamie Wolf on screen. Oh, you vicious bastard. A few famous characters would be fun, I think, for fans, but I'd be happy with just like a story just about a mercenary unit and trying to survive like one of the major events, or they're involved in one of the major events of the period, you know, whatever setting that they choose, time-wise. I thought the fourth was a bit meh till the end when you realise that the important stuff happened off screen. Expanse Season 4, yeah, it's probably the weakest, but it's still a really good show for what it is. I think you could see that. I think you could apply that kind of template to a Battletech TV series. It has to have the budget, or it just looks dreck. Grey Death Legion as a TV series? Yeah, it could work.
Ordnance received.
Considering they did a live-action Patlabor and it was fairly low budget but had a full-size Patlabor mech. Yeah.
Copy that, Commander.
I said it's all down to the people involved, really. How much they give a shit, how much they care. Because if they don't care, then you're going to get a mediocre product. Alright, like Monster Hunter, or any Uwe Boll movie based on a game. Where it's just a name that they can just slap on to a poster and sell it.
Mission successful.
Doing something out in the periphery would possibly be easier with less mechs and smaller cast. Yeah. You could have an emphasis on using things like tanks and stuff like that, and VTOLs and those kind of weapon systems. Well, I'm just going to get a drink of water, everybody, because I've got a really ticklish throat. Back in a second. I don't even know if Mike can still pick me up from it. Yeah, it might do. It's good mine. I have no idea how good it is out there. Oh, fuck. Not sure that should have brought that back with me, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. What do you mean I've never heard from him again? I'm back. I haven't got corona. It's not confirmed, Kyle. It's not. Also, hello. All of those D-Max are catching up. And it's like, what the fuck? Gone for like 30 seconds. The next thing is I'm dead, or I've got the coronavirus.
By your command.
Yeah, but ETG, let's hope it isn't, like, if they did a Gundam movie, it isn't, you know, the same quality as the Dragon Ball Evolution. Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, a series in the same style as Space Marine. Yeah, that could work. Their trials and tribulations during like the Succession War, like the third or fourth Succession War, or maybe even War of 3039. Might be a bit on the nose though when it's against Drax. It just ends up becoming a kind of like Chigs situation. I don't know. No, not died yet, Totty. Snakes. When's the funeral and does Bro inherit? What? What is this? I will play a friendly game. Space Above Beyond was a good series, yeah.
Waypoint reached, Commander.
We will visit the store. Atlas. And a couple of Huggins. And a Zeus. A sexy Zeusy boy. What do you mean? What do you mean I'm not... Oh, for fuck's sake. Getting trolled by chat. This is great. Gotta check this now. Paranoid now. Yeah, right, I can still hear myself. Okay. Snitches get stitches. Ambush a convoy. This is the only mission available over here. Oh fuck. Okay. I should have checked actually first. Well, that's something good. I can't do an ambush convoy with an annihilator. It's not quick enough. No, there's no pirate activity there. There's no pirate activity there. There is pirate activity over by Muradox.
Calculating course now.
I have to go to Muradox. Yes, Darius, you thieving fuck. You thieving bastard, Darius. I was surprised at the number of people that thought that the tabletop sim video was some kind of official Battletech DLC. I wish that would have been cool. But I don't think the tabletop sim guys would ever approach a company like Catalyst for the license, personally. I think they're more interested in getting like little one-off board games rather than, you know, sinking their teeth into franchises that are much larger with way more items available. Or expansions, you know. Oh, an entire K2 for sale. I want catapult parts, just not that catapult part. Because I want a new LRM mech. Let's actually hope there's some contracts here that are doable for my lance. Connecting to Comstar Mercnet. 1. Fly swatter. Assassinate. Well, we gotta get paid, so here we go. Oh shit, Kintaro's got internal damage. Alright, hold on. Right, I'm sorry. I did accept your contract. This is true. You've got me on that one. However, we need 24 hours. Let's give us 24 hours. Right, okay, now, right, okay. I'm sure the assassination target is still just sat out in the field where he was before. There we go. Apologies, off we go. It's called an archer. Oh, well, if I could get hold of an archer, I would, Master 156. That would be a fun LRM mech to take. What's this called? I found out earlier this week that my dad's next door neighbour plays Phasmophobia. You up for shitting up at some point? Yeah, I can play, yeah. Just ding us on Discord. Oh, excuse me. No, it didn't help. The water didn't help. The alternative is just stop talking during the stream, but I imagine that would be intensely boring.
Command interface initiated.
Yeah, it's me, boss. Anyone sends the VIPs out on the cigars has to be shot. Uh-huh. That's great, Yang. Like, we're gonna listen to the fucking technician about tactics, you know. Fix a fucking mech, Yang. Shut the fuck up. Robot arm son bitch.
This looks like a prime spot for an ambush.
Oh, good, ambushes as well.
You don't want to get caught in a
Goody gumdrops. That's why we're running for the trees.
I'm there. Coordinates received.
So which one? Right, so the ambushes start right next to the supporting enemy forces.
I got a
Right,
sensor.
makes sense. Makes sense. Oh shit, look out. It's 20-ton ambushes. Oh no, look out. Those two LRM-5s. Whatever will we do?
Folding. Standing
Do 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 do.
by. I'm there.
Do 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 do. I've got the fucking tabletop sim music stuff in now.
Should be good.
Yeah, look out, it's a barely armored locust. Ow. Ah, that was a griffin. Pretty sure that was a griffin.
Commander?
Hitting with the old PPC. Alright, just I want to get rid of this locust, so precision shot. Here we go. There we go.
Mech destroyed.
Well, you just downloaded Tabletop Sim, Dotty. It's really good. The workshop is stacked with different board games that people have. Yeah, you're bound to find something that you can use there. Card games, miniatures games. It's people that have adapted rule sets for Warhammer 40k. I mean, it's even people who've uploaded custom models of all kinds of shit, all kinds of different games. Like, so you can play like Warhammer Fantasy, Warhammer 40k.
Barely.
A bunch of other like popular tabletop games are already on there. Yeah, 40k series EC, that'd be interesting. So I haven't played Warfighter. That's a complex little game. Me and Frun tried to go through the rules for that. Actually, looking at this, there's a lot of enemies. Ow, ow, ow. There's a lot of medium mechs. Holy shit.
I'm losing armor bad.
I'll give it another turn or so, but I don't actually know if I'll stick around for this one. Yeah, Warfighter is a tough one. Me and Front tried to go through the rules one evening to try and figure out how we could do a stream for it, but yeah, it looked very complex and difficult to explain. When we were going through it, we were just sort of like, okay, so you do what next? Okay.
10-4.
What could players do? And say, oh, well, you have to like set up as different loadouts in different parts of the squad. Like, oh fuck. It all sounded interesting, but kind of a difficult game to get to run, set up quick. Yeah, I'm gonna withdraw from this one.
waiting for?
Fuck. Yeah, we're getting out of here.
Retreat.
Way too many mechs. I'd lose bits of mechs in that. There was just too many. They were getting way too many turns. And they had a nice hill spot advantage and a bunch of mechs that could easily, easily schwack from that range. So, nah. I'm not sticking around to get fucking pummeled. Yeah, to be honest, of course, I don't jump on tabletop sim a lot myself. It's just on occasion there's a game that might end up being good for streaming. So we take a look at it. Alright, so as usual, as per fucking usual. Thingy space is a bit shit. Oh, I was surprised. Loud space is crap. Do you have anywhere that has decent, possibly decent contracts? They're all a bit wank, aren't they? All right. Well, what's the travel contract? Reconquest, attack and defend. Ugh. No thanks. Travel there because I've not been there, but I'm not doing it.
Roger that, Commander. Course plotted.
Yeah, if only bugging out of an ambush was a simple roll. Yeah, no, we leave. Oh, okay. It's not Mech Warrior's job. Stop fucking around with an LRM. I'm gonna blow something up in the mech bay. We've arrived at Fjoldir. Ah, there we go. There's an archer part. Oh, 2 archer parts. Well, you know what?
New equipment.
Let's make the investment, right?
That mech you wanted is back online.
Hunchback. We'll scrap it. Fuck it. To the mech bay. Wait, what pattern are we on? It was pattern 1. Oh wow, all black. That's good for an archer. That's a good look for an archer. So we've been ambushed. Right, I'm clicking the withdraw button. OP. Ostrach Element 2010, yeah. Fuck this, lads, we're off. Yeah, that kind of thing. Alright, are there any LRM-20s in stock at the shop? No, there is not. Which is... it's depressing, I'm not going to lie. And I've got 2... alright, so this will have to be an LRM-15 Archer, unfortunately. Which is horrible. It's anachronistic, and it shouldn't happen. But, you know, here we are. However, it can have its full brace of medium lasers. We're going to do that. And we need, obviously, our LRM ammo, or else shit's not going to work very well. You know, we're not exactly building proper stock mechs anyway, so we'll put the ammo in the legs. Plenty of ammo since it's going to be sat on a hill. And we'll put some equipment in there, cockpit mod in the head, and some heat sinks rather necessary heat sinks. Get that heat efficiency stat up. What have we got? No. More heat. More heat sinking. Damn it, game. There we go. It's going to take a while to get it all built like, but... Ugh, time to take the financial report hit. That's why you stick to bombing the shit of everything whilst 4 major powers support 5 billion local militia groups that do the grunt fighting. Yeah. Well, when you've got the expensive toys, right? You know, you let them do all the grunt work, and you just play with your expensive toys like your jet fighters and your fucking wire-guided, satellite-guided missile strikes and shit. You paid billions for those things to be developed over the years and built and shit. You're not going to use them. But it's fun watching kids fight over Haribo. God. There's a story here, isn't there, Coles? All of these missions. Trap sprung. Oh, it was a BT mission. We don't want to do a BT mission. Hot landing. Ooh. Do. Yeah. Do. It's a hot landing. Do. Alright. Get in for a hot landing there. Do. Ugh. It'd be too long-winded for Twitch, maybe another time. Yeah, fair enough, cool, fair enough. Oh, I might catch some of the metaphorical pants out. Well, thanks, Darius. Thanks for that, mate. Oh, there's pictures for the store as well. Okay. You see, like, some kid, like, elbow another one in the face. Ground and pound. Fuck you! I like the egg sweets. They're the best ones.
Time to earn our money.
So just as a disclaimer, the egg sweets in Haribo are not my favourite ones. My favourite ones in the Haribos are probably the gummy bear ones. If we're talking about the Haribo gummy bag, if we're talking about the sours, my favourite one of the sours one is the cherries, sour cherry. You know, we're not going mental. No, they'll get Operation Nutri on your case, though. Oh, it's a javelin. Oh, so we hit the random mech button. Javelin. It's just fucking javelins all the goddamn time. Whoever something that isn't a javelin as a light mech as an opponent, please, game. For fuck's sake. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of fucking javelins. It's one of the reasons I barely play them in NWO. Whenever Sunday practice comes, I'm like, oh, I'm going to take a light mech. Oh, we need the tonnage. Oh, I might take a 30-tonner. And every time I look at the fucking javelin, I'm just reminded of seeing these things hop over the fucking hill. Was it Test Room 6? Was it all the medium lasers? I don't care anymore. Fuck off with the javelins game. There's other light mechs. Give me a panther. For fuck's sake. Let me shoot one of them. A fucking raven? You could throw a raven in there. You could do a whole bunch of stuff, but no, do you have a commandos, fleas, locusts, jenners, spiders. No shortage of mechs to choose from. The coke bottle. Oh, the coke bottle is a good Haribo.
Yes, Commander.
That is a good one. I do like that one, Papshul. You're alright. You're alright. Gummy rings for the Winkle. Simultaneously looking gangster and tasty at the same time. The game's actively making me dislike javelins. And I fucking love javelins on tabletop. Heat efficient as all hell. Speedy little bastards. And 2 SRM6. great damage potential. Come on. Come on, Max. Come over the hill. I'm just farming you for cash. Face for a fucking rock. What's this, Shadow Cat? Yes, Wasp and Stinger, Hungarian Star, yes. Oh, Wasp and Stinger, Valkyrie, Ostscout, Ostsol, Ostrock. The entire Ost series. The Scorpion, the Crusader, the fucking Goliath, the Sentinel, the Wyvern, Guillotine, Mercury, Hussar, fuck, whole bunch.
Copy that, Commander.
It's really sad that really HBS Battletech they could have split this a lot longer. They could have slowly expanded the map as they went along. They could have added mech packs that, you know, weren't just a cash grab, because they could have just been like lance packs.
I'm there.
Slowly adding more mechs as you go along, expanding the type of mechs that you can encounter, and as I said, adding little bits of other parts of the periphery would have been really cool to see in the game. But no, 3 expansion packs and we're out. Bye bye.
That hit something good.
And don't get me wrong, what we've got is good. I do enjoy it, but
Roger that. Target
I don't know. I would have supported this with a lot more content than what we got. More mission. What? What's it? Moam sticks. There's a bag of Moam sticks in the kitchen. I've had a few of them, and the problem is it's one of those like mix bags. So some of it is actually like, oh, that's really nice. Are there any more? No, there's no more. There was one that was like cola sweets. And I was like, oh my god, these cola sweets are really tasty. There's none left. I'm depressed. I've only had Kendall mint cake once.
They're heading your way.
Fuck it. Oh, my throat. Fuck off. So ticklish. Oh, good. It's a javelin. It's a fucking javelin again. Stop it with the javelins, please, game.
light damage. Holding firm.
I get sick of them. What's this? I mean, Kulsh and I are not talking about the proper mint cakes. Oh. Okie dokie.
For orders.
There's a code. It's a code.
Rolling.
Is it code, Naman? Does it mean something else?
Firing all weapons.
Oh, it's nice that everything actually hit the right location. That was good.
Critical hit, Commander.
Don't get me wrong, I'm happy for the Panther, but it's a javelin. Why?
Commander.
What did I do? What did I do to deserve another javelin?
Target locked. Bet that hurt.
Well, Hungary, the javelin is like largely associated with the Fed Sons, but it doesn't mean javelins don't exist in other parts of the Inner Sphere. Sorry. And you'll usually get, yeah, as Master 156 has just said, you know, there can be examples of stolen goods that end up in different parts of the Inner Sphere and Periphery. There can be licensed manufacturers that might make their own models. Numerous mercenary units across decades may have access to the mech, and they could end up in some Periphery storehouses for their use. You may even just get Davian, for instance, just selling off surplus stock, and even if it does mean selling it to the Turians, it's not like they give a shit, because if the thing is, if House Davian really wanted to, realistically, they probably could take Taurian space. It would be a bloodbath, but they could do it. But they never have been able to, because the second that they launch any kind of offensive on the periphery state of Taurian Concordat, either Lao or Kurita would attack them, or more likely, both of those would attack them. So there's this, this tenuous balance that's always held. So them selling a few javelins to the Taurians probably wouldn't matter all that much.
Hit, Commander. Standing by. Rolling.
That's the ETG. That's what makes me think that there will be a Battletech 2, since they could only do this with the resources they had, but now with Paradox behind them, I hope they can find a way to create a better game. I hope so too. They've been unusually quiet since the release of the last expansion pack, and I mean pre-COVID stuff, working from home. I mean, they just kind of shut up shop. Usually by now we've had some kind of announcement of their next project. At least that's how they were when they were making the Shadowrun games. We'd usually get some idea what their next project was going to be, and if you wanted to help them, you could support them on Kickstarter, blah blah blah.
Enemy eliminated.
Well, yeah, the Taurians will, they like to use their old nukes, that's true. What the fuck? Alright, what the fuck is a hexamine fuel tower? They look like Kendall mint cakes. There used to be a joke about giving it to people and calling it mint cake. Ah, fucking hell. Basically, we're talking about a stimulant then, hexamine. Oh, God. Sorry about that. Oh. Apparently, as far as my throat was concerned, I should not have streamed today.
I'm here.
Or if I was going to stream, it would have been in the case of speaking in very short bursts.
Moving at
Jesus
full force.
Christ. We're going to soldier on though, 50 more minutes. What we're going to do. It's just everyone could just hear me coughing a lot, unfortunately. That'll be the downside of it. Fedcom should have crushed the Taurians after the full succession war. They couldn't though. They were stretched too thin with all the territory that they'd taken.
Waiting for orders. I'm there.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about the whole Grover Shrapland thing. It's like, for me, Battletech ended after the Fedcom Civil War anyway. So none of this Word of Blake shite happened. That was all just a unfortunate dream that someone had.
Bye.
Or, the Fall of Terror happens, the Word of Blake rises up, they kick Comstar off Earth, but the Star League, which was around at the time, unites one more time to basically kick
Standing by.
the Word of Blake jihadists off Earth. They get rid of them, and that's the end of the plot line. And then you have whatever the player wants to do after that. If the player wants to have some kind of like big schism or war kickoff, then that's entirely up to the player. And then you can just make technical readout update video books that say like, oh yeah, past this point, these are some of the tech that's been developed. Word of Blake was shit. Shit. Hexamine is what we start fires with to brew up and cook our scoff, right. Oh, we put a pig of a stove in Discord. Okay, right, thanks, Noah.
Waiting for orders. Coordinates received.
Now, unfortunately, I'm a civvy, so I don't have the reference. Alright, a locust. Oh, crab. Okay. Do. Blows fucking leg off. Oh, we did. Yay. No running for you, locust.
Scored a critical hit.
Smells like dead fish when it gets damp. Oh, fuck. Oh, that sounds delightful. No, the crab isn't a particularly rare mech in 3025, just a crab that's supposed... Like, if it was a CRB 27, it would be a rare crab. A crab 20 is just a standard run-of-the-mill one that just has Succession War era tech.
Commander? Ten four.
Well, that's the ETG. Like, early... Like, the rising of a bunch of religious psychopaths is a great little kickoff point for a load of GM stuff. But the way that the writers of Battletech went with it, they had them just become this, like, super enemy that had access to all of this gear, and they could beat all of these armies, and... You just said that, like, what the fuck has just happened? Like, what happened to Battletech? Or why is it that all of this group is suddenly that powerful that quick? It never made sense to me. And I was like, oh, they were building up their forces for all this time. Fuck off. It's like, it's up there with the First Order in Star Wars for plausibility. It's just like, oh, they've appeared and they have all this stuff. What? It should have been a war between between Word of Blake and Comstar. Yeah, should have just been that. And the other powers were the ones, like, feeding into it. Offering equipment and, you know, being... military supporters of one side or the other.
Standing by.
Maybe with the idea that, well, you know, one group supports the Word of Blake because the Word of Blake says, well, we'll give you access to such and such, and, you know, you'll get preferential treatment across the HPG networks if we win, that kind of thing.
Target confirmed.
While other sides are, you know, sticking with Comstar because better the devil you know kind of thing.
That hit something good.
Maybe some of the great houses get drawn into the conflict against each other based on who they're supporting, or like Comstar manipulating things with ROM and Word of Blake doing the same. Gear like that. Make a more interesting story than just Word of Blake attack everybody. Everybody is fucking enemies of them now. It's like, aha! Look, aren't we so, like, original? No, not really. Oh, good, another javelin. Oh, look, a javelin. Great. So everyone wanted was another javelin. Right, target him first and him second. He can have 2 of the ACs, but the trebuchet can have the rest.
Engaging multiple targets.
Right, well, I don't actually think that javelin ever moved off that spot. I think he was stuck there all round.
Commander? Rolling.
And I have no idea what this trebuchet is doing. I thought it was going to punch then, but it just decided to stand there and... It gets shot in the back, I guess. And now it's dead.
Hope we can salvage that.
Target him first and with extreme prejudice.
Mission successful.
3 javelins! 3 fucking javelins in one fight. Come on, game. It's getting a bit much now. It's getting too much with the old javelins. And sick of them. Oh, I can feel it. Itchy, scratchy throat. Fuck off. Go away, throat. Leave me be. Never darken my door again. What's this one? Settling a grudge. See, if we just make a load of bank here, we can fuck off to one of the black market worlds and grab something snacky. I gotta get another drink. Back in a second. I mean, that's loading, isn't it? So it doesn't matter. This time I brought the water with me.
Command interface initiated.
And the problem is, it's all the Yaharan have been doing. It's what you do as a pirate in Battletech. You do a lot of Yahars and shit. Put water down there so I forget about it and twat it with a chair. I have the minis for a late Fedcom Civil War Combined Arms Lyran Guards unit and enough for a Combined Arms Merc unit. Ooh, sweet. That's pretty cool, ETG. Oh, same map again. Okay.
Coordinates received. Rolling.
I guess we will be settling this grudge. Shano, the hilarity of all the fictional bad guys is there's no way that they could come up with the infinite amounts of money needed to create their armies and equipment in the real world. Not to mention the actual training time. Well, yeah. I mean, it would make sense if their attacks were by cells of devoted, you know, jihadists who were, you know, hiding out on places and performing terror attacks and stuff. Maybe some of them have got some weaponry, like some light vehicles or even a couple of light mechs, but the idea that there's this massive army of the Word of Blake that can just destroy everything. I know the writer's intention was we need to reset the Inner Seer because there's not enough to do. We've gone as far as we can with this, so we need to hit the reset button and put it back into a state of everyone's against everybody for players to use the new equipment, but, you know, actually have, like, different setups and stuff for conflict. But I think it just ended up hurting the universe more than it helped. And then there's the Dark Ages thing, which I think a very small number of people enjoyed. But that wasn't really Battletech writing at that point. That was just WizKids trying to make their own sort of little niche part of the setting. But I don't understand what these things like. Oh, they destroyed the HPG network. Oh, okay. They just did what the ending of Mass Effect 3 was originally, where everybody apparently would be cut off and die. Because if there's no Mass Effect relay, there's no way of communicating with each other. And there's no way of transporting goods to certain worlds that can't support themselves, like, you know, certain biomes that just, you can't grow food in them. That kind of thing. And, you know, so the whole galaxy would die in that scenario in Mass Effect 3. That's basically what they just did to Battletech when they destroyed the HPG. There's no way to communicate what the issues are, and there's no way for some of these worlds to support themselves. How the fuck is ships supposed to get about or know where they're supposed to be going? I know the idea is, oh, well, you could have those little jump ships that carry messages, but then we're talking weeks apart at times. Like, can some worlds survive that long without key items, key resources to keep some of their facilities and the such running? Now, what kind of scenario are some of them in? Apparently not a good one. In fairness, they did have 20 years and Marek backing to build up till they went all genocidal. Even then, is 20 years enough? And how is it that you keep that secret for 20 years? And we're not talking about like a shadow organization in government. We're talking about a fucking massive military build-up. You know, tens of thousands of mechs, fighters, training facilities. We're talking about, you know, wholesale fucking mass military build-up here. Where does it all sit? even if it's on some of the worlds that are off the books on Comstar's maps, this shit has to be built somewhere. It has to be produced. It doesn't just magic itself out of thin air. Cinema, never understood the destruction of the HPG. Our only means to communicate with our troops. Let's break it. Well, yeah. I know why, from an outside perspective, that the writers wanted to make sure that there was some big reset button that they could hit, and I guess the intention in the future is to have some setup where the HPGs get restored and things will be back to normal, so to speak, but for the time being, they've just left it with this really awkward spot. Or they did the shell company route. Okay, so we've got all these shell companies that are buying up however much equipment and whatever else. Apparently nobody ever decided to put 2 and 2 together to go like, there's a surprising amount of fucking equipment that these shell companies are buying across. Where are they storing it all? Where does it go? Does anyone know where these ships go to? Right, gotta get rid of the cicada because it's annoying me.
Location confirmed.
Yeah, it's just, I know, it's the thing, they needed an enemy, they made a new enemy, and they produced books where people can fight as the new enemy or for or against the new enemy. Blah, 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 blah.
That could have been worse.
Oh, they really like LRMing the crab. They really do. They just can't get enough of firing LRMs at that crab. It's a goddamn pastime. And that's a lot more missiles than any of the others. And a head hit, luckily. Injury ignored.
Reporting minimal damage.
But that cicada can kiss my fucking grits. Because he's spotting for them. Stop it, cicada.
Reporting minimal damage.
Really? The first thing you do when you round the corner is you pick on the fucking annihilator? I guess the blackjack's running under the idea that, you know,
Waiting for
pick on the biggest guy in the yard. Someone once did an estimated economic cost of certain fictional bad guys, and it was really amazing how much it costs in money and resources. It'd be impossible to hide it for long.
all weapons are go.
The other thing is, if they just wanted a bad guy, right, why didn't they just have Comstar just go through with its overall plan?
Acknowledged.
Because Comstar were originally the shadow baddies of Battletech, you know, before the whole clan thing. They were the ones who were going to attack everybody. They had the means to. They had their secret army. They had their secret organization. They had their hidden weapons stockpiles and all the rest of it. So why didn't they just decide to have it go like that? Like, you know, yeah, the Inner Sphere. Yeah, they get attacked by Comstar.
Multiple targets.
Turns out, guys, Comstar are bad. You know? Why didn't they just do that?
Reading you.
I honestly don't think it would have been a bad thing, actually. It would have been fun to have it be like, oh, look, the victors, the heroes of the Inner Sphere who saved us from the clans, arguably. Oh shit, they've turned on us. And now they're attacking us, like the clans did. You know, how could this happen? You know, that kind of thing. I think that would have been better than like, oh no, word Blake schism. I guess some of the writers didn't like the idea of turning the heroes of Comstar into, you know, the Comguard into the bad guys, but I actually thought that would have been a great setup. Yeah, all right. So the Comguard fought and saved Terra. Doesn't mean they're saving you. You're the Inner Sphere. They don't give a shit about you, great house types.
Commander?
With your petty, like, you know, royal spats. And your little fucking political games. They don't care about that. As far as they're concerned, they're saving the Inner Sphere from you. That would have been great. I would have preferred that as a storyline.
Bet that hurt.
A few of those black box things have been captured, Kulsh, but apparently they're all just monkeys hammering on them with rocks, so that they've never been able to figure it out. Don't ask me why. Again, I think it's just a convenience of the writing, just to say like, no, they didn't, they couldn't figure it out.
Confirmed.
No matter how hard they tried, kind of thing. So, hey Edison Roberts, how you doing? Good morning. Blackjack, I really need you to die, but you're refusing to die.
Enemy mech. Critical damage detected.
But yeah, the black box communication systems, they actually had them. I think it was during the when the War of 3039, because they knew that Comstar were going to try something with them, so they just decided to make their own kind of tech to skip round the need for Comstar. So Davian had made the black box communication system, but unfortunately it wasn't a foolproof system, and it was still a little slow.
Good luck on me.
Fucking sensor lock, Jesus Christ! It's like I'm playing against a player here. It's really focusing the crab down. I don't like that the Inner Sphere can't reverse engineer clan tech.
I'm under heavy fire.
But, well, they can. It's just it became cheaper and easier to just manufacture your own version of it. And that's how they learnt how to make their own version of ER mediums. It's like they don't have the same manufacturing processes as the clans, but they can make their own version of the clan equipment. It's just cheaper for them to do in that way. They can mass produce them quicker. But certain manufacturing techniques they've never been able to learn from the clans because, well, they only went to the homeworlds once, and that was just to kill Smoke Jaguar, and after that they left.
Reading you. Copy that.
Also, Skymaster, also not the same raw materials. No, yeah, the clan worlds do have different access to different materials, and yeah, their manufacturing processes are a little more refined. So, yeah, the Inner Sphere can reverse engineer clan tech. It's just once they learn how to make an ER medium laser or how to make a, you know, remake double heat sinks and stuff, they could do them the clan way, or they could just do them the dirty cheap Inner Sphere way. So they did the dirty cheap Inner Sphere way, which I like. I like the idea that they'd go that route instead. Yeah, they have that embassy on Huntress, but they never really use it. What's the point? I mean, all clan diplomacy essentially just comes down to, do you want to fight? You know, it's basically fight me, bro. That's what everything is with the clans.
I'm receiving you.
It's like trying to set up an embassy with, I don't know, fucking... with the Mongol horde. It's like, yeah, we've got one, but all they want to do is just pillage us, and every time we try and ask them not to pillage us, they just send someone to kill them. And then they pillage us.
Yes, Commander. Move order received.
Oh, there's a few things that the clans don't produce, Edison. Or it's, for instance, rotary technology. The clans don't produce that. They don't produce MRMs. They don't produce light or heavy PPCs, light or heavy Gauss. I don't know what the in-universe reason is that they don't produce those themselves, because I could certainly see certain clan mechs benefiting from having a heavy PPC setup, for instance. But yeah, I think that's just more a gameplay thing, just so like the two factions later on had unique equipment.
Coordinates received.
Ulrich, bruh, you're making the kids cry, bruh. Yeah, good old donkey stuff. Sky, I'm thinking about Wolf Dragoons. They are clans, and when Ghost Bear moves to the Inner Sphere, I got the impression that even with their standard manufacture processes, they don't have access to the same materials, and it shafts them a bit. Well, Wolf Dragoons had a station that was off map that they could return to, and there was a time where the clans were shipping materials to them so they could repair some of their gear at that location. And then that dried up past a certain point. I can't remember when.
Moving out.
But yeah, Wolf Dragoons used to go there. They had a stockpile, but over the decades where they were just in the Inner Sphere, I think they just sort of lost contact, and to keep up their cover story, they stopped using as much high-tech gear. That was the reason. Hephaestus Station, that's it, thank you. Oh, fucking hell, what's going on? Why are there, like, weapons going through so regularly? I've got a 100-ton assault mech that's armored to the fucking nines, but...
I'm here.
yeah, I keep getting hit, like, piffling little hits from the enemy, and they're just stripping armor off. It's getting a bit much.
Target locked.
I didn't even take a full pip of armor off him with that shot. But if the AI had done that to me, I would have lost a whole chunk. Well, they actually changed target for once. That's kind of surprising. That's one thing that I've never understood, is why the Fedcom and Combine just go full war footing and crush the clans, since in terms of funds, manpower, and manufacturing... yeah, I never understood why, writing-wise, they never had a system where it was like post-war, like when the truce was signed with Tukid and all that. Why the Fedcom and Kirita didn't go, why the fuck are we letting the clans keep those systems they took over? Fuck them. Fuck them. I don't, like, this is our space. These are our people and our worlds.
I'm receiving you.
We're not standing for this. We're gonna counterattack and we're gonna retake our systems. But again, it was convenience of the writing. It's like, well, we want the clans to remain in the Inner Sphere so we can do future stuff with them. So they just apparently just Steiner and Kirita are just like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, just keep our worlds. It's okay. No, we don't mind. No, we won't do anything with them anyway. Have you or the bro been paid today? I need to go out and find out, but I don't fancy getting coated in snow. Ours was on Wednesday, so yeah, we got our cash in. And yeah, the bro got his last week, I think. So yeah, I'm assuming Comstar made sure the peace was held. Maybe, but what the fuck did Comstar have on like the great houses other than, oh, we'll cut you off? It's like, alright, fuck that, we're gonna fight the clans. Where does that put Comstar then? Does Comstar then have to sit in a position of going like, oh well, we'll have to support the clans? Because that seems like a detrimental decision. I don't know. It just seemed weird. I don't know, I guess it'd be like during the Second World War, like, you know, the French, you know, Free French come back and they go, we'll take this bit of France, but we'll leave those bits and Germany can keep them after the war. It's sort of like, well, no, that's not what liberation, that's not what the war was about. That wasn't what the liberation was about. We don't just take the bits that we think we should have. No, we want all the bits that we started with back, right? It's very strange. Oh, weird. Course, you might want to see if you can get in contact with someone about that. Now. It's always fucking frustrating when that happens. And slightly worrying. Since in terms of manpower, money and manufacturing, they could have obliterated the clans wholesale. Yeah, I think they could have.
I'm here.
The clans, the inner sphere-based clans, really, they were fighting on a shoestring budget. Their main advantage, obviously, being their tech and their quality, their troop quality advantage, was the main thing that kept them going. The fact that they were also a highly aggressive force and they kept their opponents constantly on the back foot, always retreating, always falling back, always, you know, second-guessing what the clans were going to do next or where they were going to attack next, was one of the best parts of the clan strategy. Obviously, it's essentially it was blitzkrieg again, and it worked fantastically. But the problem that they would have had after the fact is, and one of the reasons they had to bring in the other clans like Steel Viper and Diamond Shark and Smokejack, was they didn't have enough room. Well, they didn't have enough forces to maintain control of a lot of those planets. And post, you know, post-war with Comstar, post-Tukid, I don't know. I think the clans in the Inner Sphere would have been in a bit of a ropey position, especially for supplies and materiel. Obviously, we know that after the conflict in the Inner Sphere, there was a lot of clans that were still battling each other for certain rights to certain supplies. And, you know, the home clans certainly looked with envy at the Inner Sphere clans at that point, wanting, you know, a slice of the pie, so to speak, or some of their own, or taking some of, like, Clan Wolf's territory in clan space, that kind of thing. Also, there's a chance the nations in the Inner Sphere were still scared of the clans from initial invasion, but would eventually attack them once the tech edge was shown. Well, not even that. The tech edge wasn't even shown when Operation Bird Dog and Bulldog kicked off. I mean, that was literally to say to the clans, we stopped you here, and we're going to wipe one of you out to show that if you fuck with us, we will come after you, we will kill you, and we'll use your own rules against you to do it. And Battle of Coventry is a post-Inner Sphere, well, a post-invasion conflict where, once again, Jade Falcon tried to basically secure territory, and they got held in place and were basically threatened with annihilation by the Star League when they arrived. I don't think the Inner Sphere were afraid of them. I think, as I said, I think it's just convenience of writing. It just, we need this kind of, this truce kind of thing to exist, or else we can't, or else, you know, yeah, they would just wipe them out. Yeah, the clans will eventually reverse engineer the ROGAC as they should. I don't think ATMs are a better MRM, because MRMs, how they worked on the tabletop, were literally just like roll the dice and see how many hit, and that's it. It just scatters missiles at you in a straight line. ATMs were at least a bit more tactical, with the fact that you could switch out the type of loadout you were using, so you had an LRM or an SRM shot type and stuff like that. I think the clan ATM system was a much more advanced weapon system by comparison. And obviously the Hyper Assault Gauss is a terrifying fucking weapon system that was created.
Command interface initiated.
She wanted the Blood Warriors, but she also wanted to expand some of the manufacturing base.
Okay, y'all.
And Coventry had a number of resources for them. It's one of the reasons why Jade Falcon wanted to be aggressive. And they wanted to make new units, but that's why the Cougar came into existence, because they didn't have the manufacturing base to build any new mechs, so they had to basically cannibalize some of their own stuff and make slight modifications.
Rolling.
Is armor pasting Gauss on the clan tech? I don't know, because I don't really use that myself. Coventry was basically Martha Pride trying to prove that the clans could still fight, and trying to say, oh yeah, we can still go toe to toe with the Inner Sphere, and then kind of regretting it after the fact.
I'm there.
Because sure, it blooded a bunch of their new warriors, but it also like lost them a bunch of them as well. And the Inner Sphere don't give a shit, because the Inner Sphere can more easily replace its losses. Like, the clanners desperately need to keep their warriors, and yeah, they need to keep them sharp, and the problem is, when you have a society like theirs, which relies entirely on, you know, might makes right,
Barely hit, Commander.
you incur losses.
For order. Acknowledge.
Oddly, there's no clan hyper autocannon. Also, Coventry happens during the Civil War. I find the FCCW didn't happen, then the Falcons would have been wiped. Probably. I mean, the ending of it is the Star League turn up and say, "Alright, shut the fuck up, or we'll kill you." And she backs down. Oh, 65 tonner. Okay. Woo! That's a big blue laser.
System folding.
I think the reason there isn't a hyper auto cannon is, I don't know, probably just because the writers just didn't see any need for it. The clan's got the heavy lasers and the hags and ATM systems. The Inner Sphere got things like the light and heavy Gauss and the light and heavy PPC and the MRMs and rotaries. So, and the Inner Sphere had Omnimex, obviously, whereas clan's got those fucking hilariously awful Protomax. I'm still mystified as to what the end goal of that was supposed to be. Again, I know the writing background and why they in-universe reason why they existed, but what the gameplay ramification was supposed to be of Protomech. Yay! Yeah, MMLs came a bit later after the rotary system and that. The MMLs, if I remember correctly, MMLs are another Capellan invention, aren't they? Because the Capellans are actually quite ingenious when it comes to coming up with new gear. They're the smallest house, but they're the ones that are forced to do it. Oh yeah, the assault battle armors, the big ones. So some of the battle armors were okay. Oh, they were a Merc invention. Oh, I always thought they were Lao for some reason. So a lot of the later stuff I don't keep up with as much. So a head hit. Yeah, it was a little bastard game.
Waiting for order.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't rotate enough. Fuck you, game.
All weapons are go.
Protomex should have had Yakety Sax playing when they entered the field. They are fucking
Critical
funny looking,
hit,
aren't they?
Commander. Commander.
They're basically just like cosplay mechs. Protomechs were, because they're like, I'm a ball, I'm an Erinyes, I'm a fish person. They're just terrible.
Target locked.
I don't know why they were made.
Target down.
Protomech should have only been used by the Smoke Jags as a last-ditch weapon. Yeah, as the writing says. Yeah, the Smoke Jag were desperate. They needed something, and that's what they came up with. And it makes sense like that. It's a pretty good choice.
All weapons committed.
You know, their resources being stretched, and this is what they could produce to defend themselves. Yeah, that's fine.
Enemy
That
mech.
works.
Critical damage detected.
Standing by.
The idea that anyone would use them after the fact seems a bit weird, really, doesn't it? Especially since, yeah, later on, better battle armor technology gets made that far surpasses it.
Firing.
I did get a head hit. I'm hoping to get another headshot. Or
Rolling.
two. I just wish Catalyst would do something more with the periphery. Like, bring out some proper books about the periphery states. Really flesh out the history more. Have a bit more happening in the periphery as well. Give us some more scenario books, more, you know, kind of conflict stuff. Because I'd love to do more about the different campaigns and that. And there's lots of stuff mentioned, but there's not really any source books that talk explicitly about those kind of battles in detail. Oh, though the Grand Titan would be nice to see in a Battletech game. There's a lot that would be nice to see. I'd love to see the Devastator in a game. The Hammer Hands, the Axeman. Sorry.
Mission
I'd love to
successful.
see a lot of the vehicles get some. I still don't understand why they make this. This happened in the first Mech Commander game as well, but why can't I have a second lance of vehicles? Because some of the tanks are fun. Just give me a... Wow, I got 3 Kintaro salvage off that. Does that give me a whole Kintaro now? Did I get a spare? I think I might have a spare. Oh, the Toro, yeah, that'd be nice. The Marshal as well. Titan, Hoplite, yeah, Firefly. Yeah, there's the... Yeah, the original Titan from, thingy, oh, brain will work in a minute, from the Battle Technology magazine. I've got the miniature of that one. I was painting it as a Lyran Guards version. Seemed to fit, you know, House Steiner having something big and stupid like that. Alright, we'll do this one more and then I'll cap it off for the morning. Stone Rhino as an M-boss. Yeah. Poor Behemoth, he gets left out, doesn't it? The Emperor, yeah, that'd be a nice one. Caesar, Emperor, Merlin, Katana, Thug. Yeah, the Sentinel, Fire Bee. Even some of the clan stuff, the Baboon, or Howler, depending on what you want to call it. Battle Cobra, Horned Owl. The... what the fuck's it called now? It's an assault mech. I think it's 85 or 90 ton. Fuck my life. I can't remember what it's called now. Oh, it's a big blocky thing. I love it. It's probably my favourite clan mech.
Command interface.
I can't remember the name of it. It's in the Kickstarter as well. It's in the same lance. I think the... Kingfisher. There we go. Brain word. Kingfisher. That's a clan mech I want to see. Oh, how are you, Ensfield? To kneel before my purple embryo. Bushwhacker, yeah. Bushwhacker's fantastic, mate. Speaking of someone coming from 40k and still into that universe, I found the Battletech universe fascinating. Oh yeah, give me a Kingfisher in a Battletech game, and I'd love that. Yeah, I know some of the mods have added them. Oh no, this is the 3-way fight map, I just remembered. Okay. Local planetary militia. Hey, fuck off. Firing at my crab. Loki's the only clan mate you like. Yeah, that's decent. It's a perversion of the Warhammer.
Standing by.
Of course, we should all be aware of this. It is a perversion of greatness. A saintly vehicle created by a sainted order of Battletech mech engineers.
Roger. Target confirmed.
And it was horribly, horribly damaged by the clans. Irreparably so. In fact, the Holy Order of the Warhammer sees it as their one true goal is to wipe out any and all Loki battle mechs in the Innisphere and clan space. And we will do that one day. We will achieve this goal. There cannot be any
Commander.
of this dire perversion left to wander the battlefields of the Innisphere or clan space.
Enemy eliminated.
Yeah, I think one day I'll have to try out one of the mods for this. I know people have asked a lot about it in the past. I've always been a bit skittish about mods though on games over the years. You know, because it's a lot of third-party stuff. And what the fuck? A 70-tonner on a one? Is this a 1 or a 2 skull mission? That's heavy. That's a lot of metal. Yeah, I've missed much Master 1. It's just me talking shit. Unicorn Wallace, hello. Welcome to the last drop of the stream, or at least as much as my throat can handle.
That, Commander.
Me squaffling as usual, Master, don't worry. That looks like some walking salvage, lads, says the lance of 2 spiders and 2 fucking javelins! No! No! Stop it with the javelins! Can't take it anymore. Motherfucker, you're in the wrong neighbourhood if you think 2 spiders and 2 javelins are going to take out an awesome and annihilator, a fucking archer and a crab.
Waiting for orders.
What the fuck is this? This is Yahoo planetary militia fuckwits. This is what this is. Yeah, you know what? I'm just pulling the crab back over there. Yeah, of course. I'll get around to it. Yeah. I will run one of these mods one day. I'll have to consult with your culture about which one would probably be the best.
Standing by. Gotcha.
Haha, expert pilot or ace pilot, sorry. When is McCracken releasing his plagiarized History of the Innisphere? What? Release McCracken, the history of a Solaris Great. I think he's still ghostwriting it. Oh no, wait a minute. He slapped me the last time I said that. Making it better and more tightly written for the reader, I think is what I'm supposed to say. Hey, Cannibal Penguin. Oh, thank you for popping in, quick. Just say hi. Thank you very much for that.
Firing.
You have a good day, Cannibal Penguin. If I may, I suggest Battletech Expanded Commander Edition. Far easier to install and wet your feet on mods. Okay. System on. After the mods, all of Rocket's pilots will be busy in the sex dungeons to do any drops. I wasn't aware that I was getting these mods off. What's that fucking website called now that does all the sex mods and stuff for different games? I can't remember it now. Bugger. Lover's Lab. That's what it's called. Lover's Lab. Yeah. Just remember at the same time you typed it. Cool. Yeah. Lover Lab. The Lover's Labs. There's a dedicated bunch of pervs on that website that will give you whatever the fuck you want for a selection of games. Sims 4, Skyrim, Fallout, and the whole fucking shebang. Quite literally. Oh, from Nexus Mods, yeah.
Commander?
It is the basically the go-to one-stop shop, isn't it, for modding? So even watching a vid about cyberpunk mods that people are making. I've got to say, I am kind of disappointed. Oh wow, lethal damage on the cataphract. Shit, that was a good shot for me.
I need a new target.
I've got to say, cyberpunk. It's a bit of a disappointment. It's not a bad game by any real stretch, but it could have been a lot better. It really needed like another few months in development, I think, just to expand a few more activities and stuff in there, fix a lot of the bugs. You know, it looks like you're the lucky winner.
That, Commander.
Funny thing is, they have a really good selection of non-adult mods, but the big titty Futanari mods overshadows it. Oh, and Lover's Lab, yeah.
Rolling.
Yeah, the only reason I know about it is I was going to do a joke, Rocket and Front After Dark video as an April Fool's thing. So I'd gone to the Lover's Lab thing for Sims 4
Moving out.
and downloaded one of the things, I think it's called Wicked Whims, where you have like sex animations and stuff there. I was gonna have this like jokey like intro theme, it's all gonna be blurred and stuff, and first time after using it, it fucking blue screened my system and then basically caused my Windows to corrupt. I had to reinstall Windows, so yeah. It's one of the reasons why I'm a little bit skittish about mods. Because, you know, the first time I mod a game in a long time, and yeah, it had a horrendous after effect, so. Can I stream them?
Enemy mech. Critical damage.
I know this on my Discord. There's a channel on there that I created with Grayson Sortek for getting the older MechWarrior games to run on modern systems. But we've got like a backup editing system here. I was going to try and install them on that one day and try and do like a MechWarrior 2 stream. Here's the thing, though, man. I couldn't get it. It was so badly fucked. It wouldn't go anywhere close to do a restore point. Every time I told it to do a restore point, it just said it couldn't do it. It was that badly fucked that eventually I got it to basically do a factory reset, reinstall.
Standing by.
Like, yeah, it was really, really scary how bad it was. What's this? How do you feel about Living Legends? I like it. Severe. I've got a number of videos of MechWarrior Living Legends play sessions, just whole maps. I think it's called Living Legends Knockabout or something like that. But yeah, it's just me and like Cole Schneemann, Muffin, a few other people, different people switched out. I think Skymaster's been on once with us.
Waiting for
A bunch of people, yeah. We just jump into a server and just play a load of Living Legends. And I just record it, but I really like it. It's good. It's a really good mod.
mech destroyed.
Ruffle Mech too, yeah. I mean, the intention is this Saturday or Sunday I'd like to record another Living Legends map. I don't think you'll go wrong with it, Severe. It's fun. Like, there's usually people on in the evenings or the weekends, and if you get on their Discord, they've got voice channels in there to jump in with people and get communicate, get a match going in there. And once you get like full teams on both sides, it's just great. It's just fucking awesome fights going on. It's also a rewarding mod. It is tough. There is a learning curve to it, but it's also rewarding when you get into it, when you know how to pilot the mechs properly and all the rest of it. I would recommend running the game in 1920 by 1080 on DirectX 9. However, don't run the DirectX 10 version. And always clear your shader cache on the launcher before you launch the mod. That tends to help with crashes, because the game... It can't escape it, the game does have crashes.
Commander? Coordinates received.
The spider's ballsy. I mean, look at this guy.
This should be good.
Now, he got the whole whack in the ass. And he's still going to fight, of course, because the AI... I know there's a mod that makes him eject. If I was going to pick any single mod, it'd probably be the eject mod, really. Just as a small thing. Oh, fuck's sake. I do apologise, everybody, for coughing. It's a rough old time of it today. I don't know why.
Targeting for physical attack.
Stomp. It was off camera. It was too violent to show on screen. That's stompinating there, buddy. Awesome.
Mission successful.
Right. Well, that's another Battletech stream. The last stream of 2020 from myself. Obviously, as I said, there won't be a stream tomorrow. But I'd like to thank everybody who hopped in and joined us today, which included Fronica, Mighty Kolsch, 13 Shano, 30th Gamers, Albert Costello, Alvatar78, Bing Cortana, over TV Viewer, Boltor, Byron underscore XP, Skymaster, Casino, thanks, Commander Root, Crowwind, CSABs23, Datto Father, I don't know, Deeran NZ, NZ, Dragon Bernhard, Drury Fiery, Edson Roberts, Erwin74, ETG, Extra More, FTO Payer, Go With Him, Have This Too, Hawk of the Battle, Hungarian Hussar, Idolara, Gifyonics, or Gifyonics, Jingo 1980, Joint Effort, Let's Do This, Music, 1616, maybe I'll look out of his window, Slenity, Naman, Papslump, Sad Girl, Severe, Tom, Unicorn Wallace, VK, and Vigo Pros. Thank you everybody for joining me this morning and early afternoon for some Battletech. Hope you all have a happy new year. Hope you all had a good Christmas or holiday or whatever you're doing. Thank you everybody for supporting the channel throughout 2020. It has been a rough year for everybody. I hope me and Fronica and Goober and Davros and Varak and the Bro and the Kitty have been able to entertain some of you for a little bit throughout all this. I look forward to 2021, just providing more of the same low quality, low effort shite over the year. Just the usual stuff. So I hope you all have a good one. Thanks for joining me. I'm not gonna do a post stream joke thing because my throat's fucked. So I'll catch you next time, everybody. Have a good one. Bye. Bye. Ah, fucking hell. Let's save this. Oh shit, I wasn't doing a post-stream joke. Oh god.